I'm an ordinary person. I grew up in a free and democratic country called India, also known as Bharat. I love the country's secularism, its diversity, culture, and wholesome practices. The wisdom that it holds, that people from all over the world seek and are welcomed with open arms and respect. India also allows access to many health systems. I was very lucky to learn about different health practices like allopathy, homeopathy, Unani, Ayurveda. From my experiences, I do believe that the country of my birth offers unparalleled wisdom on life and living. The giants of knowledge and wisdom live in India, in Bharat. Research papers, journals, and books provide ready testimony to this. Put very simply, this knowledge has worked for me. I live disease-free and don't suffer from any chronic condition. I have never ever taken a flu shot in my entire life and still not suffered from any flu infection. Not because I believe I'm infallible, but because I believe in the power of herbs and plants, in the right foods that my motherland has revealed to me. Food-based solutions appear very simplistic to many who live in the developed countries and to those who live modern lifestyles. Because we are so used to the idea of taking pills and injections, and like for everything else, want quick, easy, convenient, instantaneous answers and solutions that are unsustainable solutions and grow in ever-expanding cycles and circles. How long have you and I been here? Not more than a century, right? And how long have the plants been here? For 170 million to 700 million years. Pharmaceuticals cannot even begin to match their power, effectiveness, and elegance. Even if we don't understand the details of how they work, they do work and don't leave any damage in their wake. It is not that plant-based medicine never existed in the United States. It did in plenty amongst the indigenous populations. Peoples whose traditions have pretty much been depleted, impoverished, and lost to much of the population that lives in the country today. Thankfully, the power of herbs thrives in other parts of the world. In the texts and practices of its people, it's both art and science. The giants of wisdom, knowledge that understands how life moves and how to restore it back in balance when it goes off balance for whatever reason. That is how my children recovered from the viral infection, and my husband and I got through the much dreaded virus untouched without a mask. I believe you can too. The knowledge is no secret. It has worked for many. I give no guarantees it will work for you, but the probability is high that it will. It is worth a listen.
How did we get from apple a day keeps the doctor away to leave it all to the doctor? There are multiple paths to reaching the same end. Just as who can say in this beautifully diverse planet of ours, there is one road to God. Freedom and democracy is letting everyone choose the path they want to, what works for them. Each culture with its differences believes the human body is the living temple of God. How I treat this living temple is my responsibility, guided by my own cultural practices, strengths, art, and science. If another wants to understand and learn from it, I'm happy to share. That is what my motherland, Bharat, India, has always done. I read in a book on herbs, once your life is saved by a plant, things are never the same again. About plants, Stephen Harrod Buhner writes in his book Herbal Antivirals of an indigenous tribe, the Cherokee peoples, of how they would pass from generation to generation a legend to their children. The legend tells of the time plants were asked by insects and animals who had been harmed by humans to turn on humans and give them diseases, just as insects and animals were doing. The plants thought it over and said, "No, we will not, for they are our children. And for every disease you give to them, we will make a cure. And when they come to us in their need, we will heal them."